Oh, what has happened here? Hazard with the delivery. And that's the keeper's ball.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, nicely intercepted. And this is Lewandowski. Asensio. Mohamed Salah. Terrific effort! And yes, it's there! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and...
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 11.
The manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. Decent hit from there. And it's Eto'o. Eto'o stood his ground strongly. Great defending, strong and determined. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Lewandowski running with the ball. Now it's Villa. David Villa. Good, strong midfield running here. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now it's Fofana. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Kante. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Villa. Rijkaard. Van Dijk with a definite foul there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Cambio di giocatori.
Tries to play it through. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nicely aimed pass. And he has been fouled there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Pass somewhat off target. Alexander-Arnold. And he's managed to get free. Oh, good effort! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Nicked it back promptly. Always goal side. He's having a pop! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
And here's Kante. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Oh, what a... And the shot! And that really should have been that.
Fiore really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well.
Fofana, Conte, goes for a shot!
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Foot in.
Lewandowski really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Great chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And he can thump it away. Hernandez, and he's running through. Shoots! He's got a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're very much on the way now. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, a team spine so often starts with Manuel Neuer. The moniker of sweeper keeper often hides it.
And the shots! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Kukçu actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And he can thump it away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And this is Messi. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And he cuts out the supply. That's an imaginative pass. No, that's been intercepted. Throw it. He's having a pop! Oh, nearly. Rashford. Now, can they get him away? Costa Curta. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Each side mirroring the other in terms of chances created here. One each for now. Musiala, and that's been intercepted. Mohamed Salah will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Costa Curta. Mohamed Salah is having a shot! It's there! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, they could break here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Mateus. No, it's come to nothing. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Passing is crisp and sharp, engages and forces him off the ball. Messi. Pele. That's destined for the flank. Oh, facing up to it. It's Pele! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now it's Ronaldinho. And it's Roberto Carlos. Looking to play him in. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Ronaldinho. Pirlo. Fiore. Some good work on the right flank here. Pirlo. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, he's found support out wide. Lewandowski. Great chance! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So that's two now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Can he get on the end of this? Messi. Costa Curta. Messi. And it's Musiala. Here's Roberto Carlos. Pirlo. This is a promising build-up. Look at the space. Musiala! He's got a goal! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Barcelona, it's Lewandowski! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. So the team's still separated by one goal, but it should be very different. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. Back on the way then. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Rijkaard. And that is a little undercooked. Roberto Carlos. Beckenbauer. Pirlo. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. And he's quick to return. Pele! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Rijkaard. Fiore. That's a sharp pass.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's intervened well there.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Short changes him with that pass. Great vision. Rashford. And it's played in. And he's there to clear it. Ronaldinho. It's Roberto Carlos. He's found space here. Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Musiala. And it's Messi. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival, Roberto Carlos. Oh, good-looking ball. Roberto Carlos made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Driving forward. Mateus. And it's Pirlo. Musiala given the lift of his goal. Lewandowski. And the pass is intercepted. It's a good-looking delivery. And now they can clear their lines. Mohamed Salah did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kukçu. Messi, he's found a way through. Big chance! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Roberto Carlos. Now it's crossed into the middle. Tries to get it clear. Now the ball's gone astray. And he's let fly. It's a loose ball.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Pelé. Oh, that was vital.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Musiala. Rashford is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. No, he's just misjudged that one. And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup.
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rummenigge clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Ivory Coast with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. No way through. Decent chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Ivory Coast have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Son Heung-min. Now who's going to be first to this? He's having a hit! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And no, that was never going to make it. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Conte. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, there's one man here who stands head and shoulders above the rest in just about every aspect of the game. It is, of course, Jim, the great Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, I feel like bowing here because it's him. He's simply the greatest of them all, the inspiration for so many top-class defenders.
Rashford showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now then, the ball's come loose. Well seen, saw that coming. Rijkaard. Now it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Rijkaard. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Shevchenko. Always goal side. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Ivory Coast really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
He's had a shot!
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Conte. It's a really well-measured ball. And here's Mohamed Salah. And now the breakaway. Son Heung-min. Conte. And it's Rashford. And here's Shevchenko.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Mohamed Salah. Fiore. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. No, it's come to nothing. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Fiore. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's been slipped through. And this is Shevchenko. Shoots! It's loose, and there's a race for and the keeper couldn't hold it. And he's following up!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Conte. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played out towards the right wing. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Diamante certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. He's going for goal! Cleared without hesitation. Fiore. Now it's Shevchenko. Cruyff. Rijkaard. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rijkaard charging forward, the ball at his feet. Conte. And it's Bellingham. Rijkaard. That is a brilliant interception. Conte. Rashford needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And this is Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Hazard. Lahm has it out wide and in space. And a header! But he's left disappointed.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. And Cruyff! He's done very well to get to that.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Ivory Coast have their third corner. Cannavaro gets it away. He is... Great chance! And that's a good finish. How they've waited. Now they have it. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
And the shot! Oh, good finish. That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Changement pour la Côte d'Ivoire. Le numéro 19.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch.
Applies the finish! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Messi has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Hernandez cuts out the pass. Great vision. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Messi. And here's Rooney. Rooney will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Forwards and with intent. And here's Suarez, and he's got away from it.
Ivory Coast clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Conte. And it's Rashford. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. And here's Suarez. Now, who's going to be first to this?
Suarez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Can he finish? Well taken goal. And they get themselves in front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Changement en cours.
Time for a change in personnel.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Ivory Coast have their lead.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Lam. And it's Rijkaard. Rooney. Oh, the ball's gone astray. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. For Lam. Can he get on the end of this? Messi wants to run onto this. Towering header! It's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? Has to go back here. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. So their fourth corner of the game. Oh, great leap! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Pete.
The whistle's gone and the game is over. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. Whilst you might argue to the contrary.